Alright, wait for it. Wait for it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is nuts. 33 seconds. 33 seconds to smelt an entire shulker box. Now that's the Shulker Smelter. Hey everyone, I'm Ghost Turbo, and today I'm going to give you a block-by-block tutorial on how to build the Shulker Smelter. Now the Shulker Smelter is a modular design, so today I'm going to build a much smaller version than the 1728 blast furnace design that's behind me. But I'll explain how you can customize it to your needs. Now let's take a brief look at this design behind me before we jump into the tutorial. Alright, starting from the top we have the item input system. It's pretty straightforward. You throw all your items into here and then pull the lever. Items fall down into the water stream and get pushed all the way down to the end. As they pass over the hoppers, they get pulled in one stack at a time, and then a redstone circuit triggers so that each hopper minecart goes all the way down to the end, filling up the furnaces below. Once they're smelted, they'll get pushed down into a water stream by these droppers, and then pushed down to the end, and then collected by the player here. If we take a look over here, we can see that we have observers facing into the triggers the previous one. If we go down all the way to the end here, we do have this last row to worry about. Basically, we have a item detection system. Item detected triggers the observer, and the dropper will then shoot the items down below. Alright, so let's talk some numbers real quick. This 1728 blast furnace smelts a shulker box filled with 27 stacks of ores in 33 seconds from the time you pull the lever to the time all items are smelted and collected. If you change the blast furnaces out for regular furnaces, you can simply add 5 seconds to the smelting time, as that's the difference between the two smelters, so 38 seconds, and then you can smelt glass, glazed terracotta, etc. During my testing, I also found that the 864 furnace version was actually faster than the 1728 furnace version if you are smelting multiple shulker boxes at once, because there are only 32 furnaces per row and you don't have to wait the additional 10 seconds for the minecart to return before starting a new job. It takes about 41 seconds for the standard furnace array to smelt all the items and return to the player. Alright, let's take a look at the Redstone Circuitry, which is actually pretty simple. Here is the circuit for the 216 furnace array, which I'll be building today. Here is the circuitry for the 432 furnace array. And here is the circuitry for the 864 as well as the 1728 furnace array. Please note you may need to add an additional repeater if you have a slow server. Alright, one final note before we get started. It's easiest to build this if the input system is facing north and south due to the mechanics of rail placement. Also, I'm going to be building a resource friendly of the item delivery system because the time to delivery is only marginally slower. Without further ado, let's build the 216 furnace version. Alright, so every version of this has a different length of the redstone circuitry. For the 216 version that we're building, it's 11 blocks wide. For the 432 version, it is 13 blocks wide, and for the 864 and 1728 versions, they are 15 blocks wide. The first thing we're going to do is start building a trench, so I'm going to dig over here on the 6th block, and we can actually mark this with the left side as well. And they alternate, so they're going to be a little bit different here. Alright, so now we're going to start building the trenches. I've already marked off the spots where we need to start building. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're going to do this 15 times. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing on the left side, except we're going to follow a pattern. We're going to do 2 trenches, skip a trench, do 3, skip, 3, skip, and then finish with 4. Alright, now let's put in the droppers. Do the same thing on the other side. Alright, now we can put in the ice and the glass. Alright, so this next layer of glass isn't actually functionally necessary, but I find it aesthetically pleasing, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Alright, now let's put it in the hopper lines. Alright, now let's put in the furnaces. Alright, now let's put in the input lines for fuel and the input lines for items at the same time. Alright, now at this point you gotta start thinking about lighting. The worst case scenario here is that a creeper or something dies on top of these and falls into a hopper. Then you have to search through all the furnaces to see which one isn't smelting items, so make sure you take care of lighting. Alright, now let's build the center platform that the redstone is going to go on. And now we're going to put in the middle stops for the redstone and the mine carts. And now we'll start putting in the redstone, starting with the comparators on top. And now we'll put in the redstone. Alright, so I realized I made a mistake while building the top part of the redstone, so I'm going to go ahead and redo that now. Alright, the redstone's complete. Now all we need to do is put in a few extra blocks for the redstone rails. Alright, now we're going to start putting in the redstone rails. It's easiest if you start with the input lines and then do the fuel lines second. Alright, now we're going to put in the rail lines for fuel. It's going to be the easiest if we start from the backside. Alright, so I made an error when I was building the item loading system for the fuel, so I'm going to rebuild it now. Let's fix this really quick. There we go. As you can see, the hopper minecart will now only leave once it has a full inventory. And we're going to build one of these on the other side as well. Alright, so let's put in the fuel input system with the hopper line. Alright, to finish off this build, we're going to light up the redstone rails and put in the hopper minecarts. And to complete the fuel system, let's build the return line. And we'll do the same on the other side. Alright, so let's finish off this build by placing the ice and the glass for the water streams. And now the glass. Alright, so everywhere we have a space, we can just put a sign. Right there, and right here. Now we gotta get out our water buckets and our signs. Oh, looks like we forgot this row. There we go. Alright, now we'll put the water down the middle. That should do it. Alright, now let's put in the redstone for the droppers. Alright, there you go, your fully constructed Shulker Smelter. Now this design is 216 furnaces and it smelts in a minute 38. If you were to go to 432 furnaces, it will smelt in 60 seconds. And as you scale it up, you can get it all the way down to 33 seconds. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit that like button. And of course, if you want to see more content like this, please hit the subscribe. Have a great day.